So I have some good news for you guys. We recently covered the story of Sam Seder being fired from MSNBC because he made a joke in 2009 on Twitter where he was going after people who were flippant about Roman Polanski raping a 13-year-old. So he went after them, and he said, "Oh, I hope if my daughter's ever raped, that it's with somebody, that's by somebody with talent." That's more or less what he said. Well, there was a smear campaign from Snowflake Cernovich, who's a far-right-wing PC police, social injustice warrior bitch, who's triggered by microaggressions. And Snowflake Cernovich tried to get Sam Seder fired as a result of this tweet because he took it out of context and pretended like Seder, really wanted his daughter raped? Insane that they fell for that even in the first place. Well, the update to the story is Sam Seder has been hired back. Now, listen, as I spoke about in my original segment, I'm not a fan of MSNBC. MSNBC is the corporate Democrat network. In the same way that Fox News is the Republican Party propaganda arm, MSNBC is the Democratic Party propaganda arm. So they're not liberal, they're not progressive, they're not left. They just carry water for the Democratic Party. So that means when the Democratic Party is neoliberal and corporatist and right-wing, they'll defend them. So I'm not a fan of MSNBC. But they made the right decision bringing Sam Seder back because they fired him for a bullshit reason. There was a smear campaign from a far-right lunatic, who, by the way, is an actual rape apologist. He actually is a rape apologist if you read his old tweets. And they fired him, and they were wrong to do so, and now they're bringing Seder back on. So I'm very happy Seder, and by the way, Seder says, yeah, I'll go back. So it looks like there's a happy ending to this story, but just for future reference, MSNBC, it's pathetic that you needed, it shows how out of touch the executives are. It shows how out of touch they are. They think like, what, the left loves like Joy-Ann Reid, right? Don't they love Joy-Ann? All she does is punch left. Her show should be called Punching Left with Joy Reid, you know? They're really up there in their corporate fucking ivory tower, their bubble, and they feel like, well, we got to fire Sam Seder because of this Roman Polanski tweet from 2009 that a far right-wing smear merchant pulled up on him. They really thought that was the right move. They thought that was the right move. They think it's a good idea that Rachel Maddow covers Russia more than every other topic combined. That's literal. They think Joy-Ann Reid is great even though she punches left nonstop. So they don't know anything. They don't know anything. Because really their job is to represent the Democratic establishment. So they can't see straight. Anytime they sniff a scandal from a mile away, fire everybody. Fire everybody. So I hate MSNBC. I will continue to do that. But I'm happy Sam Seder got his job back. And by the way, to be clear about Sam Seder, as I mentioned in the last segment, I really have no opinion of him. I know he was a little douchey to my friend Jimmy Dore. That's none of my business. But in terms of how he was during the primary, Seder supported Bernie Sanders. So anybody who was a supporter of Bernie Sanders, I'm happy, is on MSNBC because that perspective needs to be given more. Unfortunately, you have almost wall-to-wall Hillary Clinton apologetics on MSNBC. So any voice that punctures that is a good thing. And he was fired for a bullshit reason. So I'm very happy that now MSNBC listened to the fucking just avalanche of people shitting on them for being so stupid. And to their credit, they flipped on this one. Now, what you're not going to see them flip on is they're not going to bring back Cenk Uygur because they basically got rid of him when he continued to go after Obama and corporate Democrats. They're not going to bring back Ed Schultz because Ed Schultz was against the TPP a little too hard at a time when the Democratic president, Obama, was pushing for the TPP. They're not going to bring back Phil Donahue because Phil Donahue opposed the Iraq War at a time when there was a war fever in the country and everybody, Democrat and Republican in the establishment, wanted war. So they still suck, just want to be clear, but they made the right decision to bring Seder back here.